Have you ever heard the saying, milk does a body good? For years, we've been told that milk is the ultimate drink for strong bones, especially as we age. But what if I told you that after 70, milk might not be the hero we once thought it was? In fact, for some people, it could actually be doing more harm than good. If that sounds surprising, you're not alone. Many of us have grown up believing that dairy is essential for bone health, but recent research and expert opinions suggest there's more to the story. And when it comes to your health after 70, understanding the truth about milk and what to drink instead could make all the difference. Now, before you pour out that glass of milk or toss your yogurt in the trash, let's take a step back. This isn't about demonizing dairy. It's about making informed choices that support your body as it changes with age. After 70, your nutritional needs shift, and what worked for you in your younger years might not be the best option now. That's why today we're going to dive into why milk might not be as beneficial as you think, and explore some healthier alternatives that can keep your bones strong and your body thriving. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer picture of how to nourish yourself in a way that feels right for you. Let's start with one of the main reasons milk might not be the best choice after 70, lactose intolerance. You might already know someone who avoids dairy because they feel bloated, gassy, or uncomfortable after drinking milk or eating cheese. What many people don't realize is that lactose intolerance becomes more common as we age. It's not that our bodies suddenly decide to rebel against dairy, it's that our ability to produce lactase, the enzyme needed to digest lactose, naturally declines over time. For some, this process starts earlier, but for others, it kicks in later in life. If you've noticed digestive issues creeping up after enjoying your favorite dairy products, it could be a sign that your body is asking for something different. The problem with ignoring these signs is that chronic discomfort can lead to bigger issues down the road. For example, if you're constantly feeling bloated or dealing with indigestion, it can affect your appetite and overall nutrition. Over time, this can weaken your bones and leave you feeling fatigued. And let's face it, when you're already navigating the challenges of aging, the last thing you need is to feel weighed down by something as simple as your morning latte. The good news is there are plenty of delicious, easy-to-digest alternatives that can give you the nutrients you need without the side effects. We'll get into those a little later. Another concern with milk is its potential impact on bone health, ironically the very thing it's supposed to support. While milk is rich in calcium, which is essential for strong bones, it's not the only factor at play. Vitamin D, magnesium, and other nutrients also play crucial roles in maintaining bone density. Unfortunately, many people focus so much on calcium that they overlook the bigger picture. Plus, some studies suggest that high animal protein intake, like the protein found in milk, can increase the acidity in your body, potentially leading to calcium being leached from your bones to neutralize it. Now, this doesn't mean milk is inherently bad for everyone, but it does highlight the importance of balance and variety in your diet. So what should you do if you're worried about your bone health but don't want to rely solely on milk? One great option is incorporating plant-based milks like almond, oat, or soy milk into your routine. These alternatives are often fortified with calcium and vitamin D, making them just as nutritious as cow's milk, if not more so. For instance, soy milk contains plant-based proteins that are easier on your system while still supporting muscle and bone health. Almond milk, on the other hand, is low in calories and has a mild, nutty flavor that pairs well with coffee or cereal. Oat milk is another excellent choice, especially if you're looking for something creamy and satisfying. Each of these options offers unique benefits, so it's worth experimenting to see which one you enjoy most. Now that we've covered lactose intolerance and the limitations of milk when it comes to bone health, let's talk about another reason to reconsider your drink of choice: inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a major contributor to many age-related conditions, from arthritis to heart disease, and certain foods, including dairy, can sometimes exacerbate the problem. Let's explore how milk might be affecting your body's inflammatory response and what you can sip on instead to reduce inflammation and feel your best. Let's talk about inflammation and how milk might be playing a role in it. You've probably heard the term inflammation before, but what does it really mean for your body? In simple terms, inflammation is your immune system's way of protecting you from injury or infection. It's a natural process, and in small doses, it's actually helpful. But when inflammation becomes chronic, meaning it sticks around long after it's needed, it can wreak havoc on your body. Over time, this low-grade inflammation can contribute to joint pain, stiffness, and even more serious conditions like heart disease or diabetes. And here's the kicker: certain foods, including dairy, can sometimes fan the flames of inflammation rather than calming them. Now, not everyone reacts to milk in the same way. Some people digest it just fine without any issues, while others notice that their joints ache or their skin breaks out after consuming dairy. This difference often comes down to individual biology, how your body processes lactose, casein, a protein found in milk, and other components of dairy. For example, casein can be hard for some people to break down, and when it lingers in your system, it may trigger an inflammatory response. If you've ever felt puffy or sluggish after drinking milk, it could be a sign that your body is struggling to process it properly. The good news is there are plenty of anti-inflammatory drink options that can replace milk and help soothe your system instead of aggravating it. One excellent choice is green tea. Packed with antioxidants, green tea has been shown to reduce inflammation and support overall health. Plus, it's hydrating and easy to incorporate into your daily routine. Whether you enjoy it hot or iced, adding a cup or two of green tea to your day can make a noticeable difference over time. Another great option is golden milk, a warm, comforting drink made by mixing turmeric, ginger, and a splash of plant-based milk. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound known for its powerful anti-inflammatory properties, and combining it with black pepper boosts absorption. It's like a hug for your body, especially on chilly mornings or evenings. If you're looking for something simpler, plain water might be your best friend. Staying hydrated is one of the easiest ways to keep inflammation in check because water helps flush toxins out of your system and supports every function in your body. Many people underestimate how much hydration impacts their overall well-being, especially as they age. Dehydration can lead to muscle cramps, fatigue, and even joint pain, all things you want to avoid after 70. So keeping a reusable water bottle nearby and sipping throughout the day is a small habit that pays big dividends. Another alternative worth mentioning is bone broth. Now, don't let the name fool you. Bone broth isn't just for making soups hearty, it's incredibly nourishing on its own. Made by simmering animal bones and connective tissues, bone broth is rich in collagen, amino acids, and minerals that support joint health and reduce inflammation. Drinking a warm mug of bone broth in place of milk can provide your body with the building blocks it needs to repair and maintain strong bones and flexible joints. Plus, it's savory and satisfying, which makes it a comforting swap if you're used to creamy beverages. Of course, switching up your drinks isn't the only way to combat inflammation. Pairing these alternatives with an anti-inflammatory diet can amplify their benefits. Think colorful fruits and vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. These foods work together to create a balanced environment in your body, reducing the likelihood of chronic inflammation taking hold. For example, adding a handful of spinach or blueberries to your morning smoothie made with almond milk can give you an extra boost of antioxidants. Or drizzling olive oil over roasted vegetables at dinner provides healthy fats that further fight inflammation. Now I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but will these changes really make a difference? The answer is yes, absolutely. Small shifts in your diet can add up to big improvements in how you feel. Remember, you don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Start by swapping out 1 glass of milk a day for a plant-based alternative or sipping on green tea instead of reaching for that second cup of coffee. Over time, these little adjustments can help reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and support stronger bones, all without sacrificing flavor or enjoyment. But let's take a moment to address another important aspect of this conversation: the emotional connection many of us have with milk and dairy products. For decades, milk has been a staple in our diets, whether it's poured over cereal, blended into smoothies, or baked into favorite recipes. Letting go of something so familiar can feel daunting, even if you know it's the right choice for your health. That's why it's important to approach this transition with kindness and patience toward yourself. Instead of viewing it as giving something up, think of it as discovering new flavors and possibilities that align better with your needs today. Let's explore how to make this shift easier and even enjoyable as we wrap up our discussion. Let's talk about how to make this transition away from milk not just manageable, but enjoyable. Change can feel intimidating, especially when it involves something as familiar as the foods and drinks we've grown up with. But here's the thing: exploring new options doesn't have to mean losing out on flavor or satisfaction. In fact, it can open the door to discovering tastes and textures you might never have considered before. Think of it as an adventure rather than a sacrifice. For instance, if you love the creaminess of milk in your coffee, try experimenting with oat milk or coconut milk. Both add a rich, velvety texture that pairs beautifully with your favorite brew. Or if you're used to having a glass of milk with cookies, why not try almond or cashew milk? These plant-based alternatives often come in flavors like vanilla or chocolate, adding a little extra excitement to your snack time. Another way to ease into this shift is by incorporating these new drinks into recipes you already love. For example, instead of using cow's milk in your morning smoothie, swap it for soy milk or hemp milk. Both are packed with protein and nutrients, making them a great base for blending with fruits, spinach, or even a scoop of nut butter. If you enjoy baking, many plant-based milks work just as well as dairy in muffins, pancakes, or even creamy soups. Over time, these small substitutions will start to feel second nature, and you might even find yourself preferring the taste and benefits of these alternatives. Of course, it's important to remember that everyone's body is different. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to listen to your body and pay attention to how it responds. If you try almond milk and notice no difference, or even feel better, that's a win. If you don't care for the taste of turmeric in golden milk, that's fine too. There are plenty of other anti-inflammatory options to explore. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Celebrate the steps you take toward nourishing yourself in a way that feels right for you. Now that we've covered why milk might not be the best choice after 70, explored some healthier alternatives, and discussed how to make the transition enjoyable, let's take a moment to recap what we've learned. Milk, while long touted as essential for bone health, may not be as beneficial as we once thought, especially for those dealing with lactose intolerance, inflammation, or nutrient imbalances. Plant-based milks, green tea, bone broth, and even plain water offer delicious, nutritious ways to support your body without the potential downsides of dairy. And by pairing these drinks with an anti-inflammatory diet, you can further protect your bones, joints, and overall health. But more importantly, remember this: taking care of yourself after 70 isn't about restriction or deprivation. It's about making choices that honor your body and allow you to live life to the fullest. Whether it's sipping on a warm cup of golden milk, enjoying a frothy oat milk latte, or simply staying hydrated with water, every small step you take is a gift to your future self. You deserve to feel strong, vibrant, and energized, no matter your age. If this conversation has sparked any thoughts or questions, or if you've already made the switch to alternative drinks, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Sharing your experiences not only helps others navigate similar changes, but also creates a sense of community and connection. And if you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to the channel. we're here to provide practical advice and encouragement to help you thrive at every stage of life. Here to finding joy in the little things, like a comforting cup of tea or a creamy plant-based smoothie. Here to making choices that keep your body strong and your spirit bright. And most importantly, here's to knowing that you have the power to shape your health and happiness, one sip at a time. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.